Oh my goodness. I have just been sitting here talking for the last, I don't know how long, but thank you for letting me know that there is no sound. Okay. So, just what I was saying is I always get the question, thank you so much. I always get the question, is now the best time for me to buy or sell, or should I wait? And my response is always, it's up to you. It's your individual situation. So, whether you're looking to, thank you. Now I'm trying to remember everything that I've said for the last 10 minutes, but it's all good. Everything happens for a reason. So, um, let's see. So, yeah, if you are interested, if you think you're wanting to buy a home, reach out and talk to someone. Ask the questions. Do not feel like, oh, it's a bad time. The market is whatever, whatever. Talk to someone about your specific situation. Look at your financial picture, look at your financial goals, um, and listen to what you all talk and listen to what might be the best situation for you. Because if you have been strategic and you've been saving your money and you feel good about your job and you've just been, responsible, and you have savings and things like that, then this is a great time for you to buy, because there are a lot of incentives going on. New construction is offering great incentives. I recently talk with a lender partner, and they have a great program, creative financing program, where they can get you in a mortgage in the fours. And that is not the just for new construction or builders, that's for existing homes. So if that's something that you're interested in and you've been waiting for the interest rates to come down, but and you want to position yourself to go ahead and get into a new home, reach out to me, and I'm happy to share with you what that put you in touch with that lender partner that can get you an interest rate in the fours. Because now, when the market is a little bit tight and it's more of a buyer's market, sellers are being a little bit more negotiable. So don't wait until the interest rates drop down and everybody's trying to get into the market, because then you got to compete and you'll be paying more for the house. So I saw a meme the other day on social media that said those who in 2020 or now wish they had bought in 2020, and those 2025 and 2030, they're going to be wishing they had bought in 2025. So the right time for you is when it's right for you and your financial situation and to achieve your goals. So and it doesn't matter if you're planning to stay in an area for a short time. You should have a conversation, and we talk about what is specifically for you, what works for you, and what would be the different options. So because if you're renting, you're paying someone else's mortgage, and then they have the option to increase your rent I've had several people reach out and say, hey, my landlord has decided to sell the house and they're giving me 30, 60, 90 days to get out. So when you position yourself and you own, then you have a little bit more negotiability and control of things. So, and I think before my sound was on, I was saying always make sure you think about what are your options and your plan B and your backup situations. I know when I first bought my first house back in 1995, I was like, okay, if times get tough and get tight, then I'll get a roommate. So there's always, different things that you can do and they may not be the most comfortable things, it may not be exactly what you want to do, but they can prevent you from losing your home and give you just alternatives to that situation. So thank you, if you are thinking about that you might want to buy, get in the market, find out what, if your situation is right. And then if it's not, reach out to somebody so that that you can start to plan for next year. So maybe you do need 6 months or a year to save money, to get your credit right, to pay off debt. But if you don't start now, if you don't talk to someone now, you don't know that that's what you need to do. And then when your lease is up, you're going to be calling somebody and say, hey, my lease is up, I need to buy a house next month. And then we're going to find out that you're not ready. So reach out. That's my point. Reach out. Don't just make a decision that you can't buy a home, because I've had so many clients that have thought that it was out of reach and not something that they could do, and then found out, oh, really, I'm really there. Especially if if you're paying rent, you're paying a couple $1,000s a month for rent or whatever, then so That's my for my buyers or my people that think they might want to buy. I'm not sure if you heard me talk about investors, but we had a phenomenal investor multifamily commercial investing seminar this past Saturday, and we're going to be doing part two December 13th. And you can register for that at twgpresents.com, because if you are interested in investing and becoming an investor, whether it's single family homes, whether it is multifamily commercial homes, if you want to have doors, there are a lot of opportunities. So for my investors, reach out as well. And then my sellers, some people are like, no, I can't sell my house right now. I don't want to sell right now. I'm going to wait. And I would say, if that, again, that goes to your specific situation. If there's a reason and you need to sell, if you need to move and you're not open to being a landlord, which I'm always about, if you have that house, keep it. There's lots of ways to leverage the equity, even if you need to move so that you can buy a separate house, another house. But if you absolutely need to sell, then let's talk about it. Let's look at your situation, look at what is going on in your neighborhood, look at what you should do. Because sometimes I get sellers and they're like, oh, I'm going to update the kitchen and the bathroom and invest all this money and change this and change that. And that may or may not be what's good for you, but talk to your real estate professional before you make that decision, because you want to make sure that you are able to get a good return on your investment. So let's talk about it. Let's make sure that we have that house decluttered, have it staged. And it may not have to be, full every room staged, but have it staged, have it decluttered, and make sure that that curb appeal is looking good, so that when people come to your home, they are attracted to it and want to buy it. So that's for my sellers, if it's something that you need to do. And then I'm sort of torn because I can't remember what I said when the volume was not working, but I want to make sure that I mentioned that if you are in distress, if with the, everything that's going on with the economy, the government shutdown, and things that haven't, people aren't getting paid. If you're having a tough time and you know that it's going to be short term because of the government shutdown, then make sure that you reach out to your lender or to any credit card issuers, and talk to them. Have the conversation. Don't just think, oh, it's just going to get better and I'm not going to say anything. And um, yeah, so make sure you talk to someone. But if you are experiencing some type of financial hardship and you're getting behind on your mortgage or whatever, talk to your lender first, but also reach out to me, reach out to a real estate professional, so that you can figure out what your options are. You don't always have to just settle for foreclosure. I think I said before the sound came on that, in having listed um, foreclosures in the past, I've been one to go with the sheriff and um, have to tell this particular situation I'm thinking about. The wife was home, the husband wasn't home, and she had no idea that the mortgage hadn't been paid and they were in about to be evicted, that they really literally had to grab some things and go because their home was about to be padlocked. So I think what I said earlier was, make sure that you know what's going on in your house financially. Even if you aren't the one who pays the bills, ask the questions. Have the login. Another thing we talk about is estate planning and things like that, because emergencies happen and you don't want to be in the situation, no matter which side of the fence you're on, that you don't know what's going on and you're not able to get in and take care of the stuff, because you could have the money there, but you just need to know what's going on. So make sure you're always checking on the financials, what's going on, the bills are paid, especially that mortgage, so that you're not the one that's at home one day and the sheriff comes and knocks on your door and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? So if you don't ever feel like it's a vacuum, and your situation is just an anomaly and it's never, nobody else is experiencing things and or feel embarrassment or anything like that, you always want to make sure that you reach out, ask the questions, get over the fear, the embarrassment, the being paralyzed by fear. So, like I said, I don't know how much of what I repeated before, but my short term message is, make sure that you look at your individual situation. Don't be dictated by what's going on in the world and outside, because you could be putting yourself you could be in a great position to put yourself into investing, into selling, into buying your first home, which could be your first investment. So we want to just make sure we're having the conversations, and I just wanted to encourage everybody today to do that. So thank you, Pastor Holland, for letting me know that there was no sound. I would have been going on and on. So everybody have a phenomenal day. Stay warm out here. I think we are going to, in the Carolina area, we're going to be having some freeze warnings tonight. So bring your plants in, and yeah, make sure if you have a fireplace, make sure it's all cleaned out. Or if you have a gas log fireplace, make sure it comes on, and just be prepared for this cold weather and stay warm. So you all have a phenomenal day. Remember to make your move, because every step counts, and we will talk to you next Monday.